Well, after the Bobbleheads movie yesterday, might as well continue with the
toys.
Yeah, with the talking toy and cat tradition with Toy Story 4. Now, I don't know if I saw Toy Story or Toy Story 2 in theaters.
I think we did.
I know we saw Toy Story 3 in theaters.
That made me cry.
We were watching Toy Story 3 while... What were the big guy and JJ watching?
I don't know.
Prince of Persia, maybe? No, that was when I was watching
1812?
Shrek.
I don't know.
1812?
2012?
No. I watched that in theaters. That's when you guys saw New Moon. Well, they saw another movie.
Yeah.
So, I thought that was the last Toy Story movie, and I thought it ended the trilogy perfectly.
Andy goes to college, the toys get a new person.
This one, however...
It did make me laugh, and it did make me cry. Again.
It feels...
like all of the Toy Stories do.
I probably would have liked this movie a little bit more if it wasn't called Toy Story 4, because it didn't feel like Toy Story 4.
Yeah, they were in with the new Bonnie.
It felt more like a spin-off.
No. I don't know. That's how you felt.
It felt to me like it was a spin-off / one of those TV things where they do a backdoor pilot, where it's implied to be a regular, where it's very loosely a normal episode, but it's very obviously setting up like, oh, you're gonna see the spin-off. Rockford Files did that a lot. Married with Children did that a couple of times. What else?
I just thought it was a continuation of the toys. Working together and being together, and then some being given away and stuff like that.
I think it would have been better if it was called, if it was called Toy Story Presents Woody's Adventure. Because...
I think that could be the next one.
Not another one. Okay, here's why I feel like it was
forced.
Why it was a backdoor pilot, and it's like, oh, you're gonna like these characters, but we're still gonna show you these characters. It's because there's so many new characters in this movie that a majority of the previous characters get maybe at most 5 lines of dialogue in the movie, and there are some where I'm willing to bet you didn't even talk.
They didn't. Racer and others.
No, Racer doesn't talk.
Okay, but they were.
But what I'm saying is
always.
Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, he talked.
When?
When he got bumped.
Okay.
And it messed up his face. These toys...
Mrs. Potato Head?
She did, and then they held hands. Listen to me.
In this movie?
Yes.
Okay.
These toys, Andy's toys, joined already Bonnie's toys. So Bonnie already had preference with some of the toys.
I'm not talking about that part.
No, but you're talking about this being a spin-off or whatever.
Yeah, I'm talking about,
but there were more toys. Well, she did that in kindergarten.
I'm talking about Forky. I'm talking about that talking doll. I'm talking about...
But you don't leave any toy behind.
I'm talking about the Key and Peele plushies. I'm talking about the Goosebump mannequins.
Yeah, those guys are weird.
I'm talking about, Duke Carnage or something.
Who is Duke Carnage?
Carl Carnage or Yes, we Canada.
Oh, that was, the Evel Knievel Canadian guy.
Robbie Knievel actually sued Disney and Pixar for using the Evel Knievel likeness without permission. But yeah, I'm talking about all that. I'm talking about,
But he did finally make the one jump.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it. It was 40 feet.
What else? I'm talking about, there's like so many characters. It felt like, and especially when it was just Woody and Forky, it was like, it's like they're trying to force Forky as a new character.
Yeah.
Which they did because there's a Forky Explains TV show apparently on Disney Plus.
Oh, jeez. Okay. That's a little odd.
Let's talk about the plot, if what we can take from it. Woody, after Andy left
for college,
which I thought they were at a kids' daycare in at the end of the third one.
Maybe Bonnie's daycare.
No, they were
because she just went to kindergarten.
No, with like Lotso Bear.
I don't know. You're the one that remembers all these.
It was a daycare, not a kindergarten.
I know. I said daycare before kindergarten.
Okay.
Whatever. Keep going.
Then it's something to where Bo Peep and what are the name of her sheep again?
Billy Goat.
Gruff. Yeah.
Gruff. Isn't that a restaurant in Chicago?
I thought it was just like Billy Goat's Gruff.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
You're thinking of, I think, the Billy Goat Tavern or something.
Oh, whatever. Close.
So, she leaves. She leaves because they decide, the mom or the daughter decided to get rid of the toy or something.
She didn't play with the lamp. She didn't need it anymore.
Okay.
So, Bo was connected with the lamp.
And was donated to some antique discount store?
Yes. It wasn't just toys. It was a lot of things. Mirrors, lights, bowls.
Think of it as like a more upscale Goodwill, I guess, or a...
Antiques are a lot different than Goodwill.
Okay, fine. Okay? You come up with a brand that everyone will know.
No,
I rest my case.
Antique stores are one of a kind.
Salvation Army or
No, stop.
Okay.
Stop. Antiques are a lot different. People go looking for old stuff at a good bargain.
So Woody, after like the third day of not being picked with Bonnie,
decides to go to kindergarten orientation.
And
make sure she would be okay.
And decides to save
Forky.
Yeah. Woody kind of saves the day by throwing her a box of crayons and then a bunch of other things, like from the garbage. And then Forky kind of reminded me of Kenzie, where
Forky kept wanting to go live in the garbage.
Because he was garbage.
Oh.
And he sounds
like... He was
like
what that kid threw away by throwing his apple away and coughing.
He sounded like Patton Oswalt.
I don't know.
But he's voiced by Tony Hale, who's on the show Veep.
Okay. Good.
Then there's montages about, like, Woody trying to stop Forky from...
being in the garbage.
Trashing himself.
Yeah. When he was sleeping with a, scrap piece of paper.
I don't remember that part. Oh, well.
Yeah, he was in the wastebasket.
Then there's a part where he jumps out of a moving RV.
To find Forky.
Yeah.
Because Bonnie created him in kindergarten, and he knew that Bonnie needed him.
It was kind of like her Woody.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I thought Jessie was going to be her Woody, but whatever. My mustache is itchy. It is.
Okay. Mine isn't.
Oh, by the way, the reason why they're on this road trip is I'm not quite sure.
They wanted to do something fun with her. So...
Oh, yeah, before school starts.
Yep.
Never did that with me. Anyway. What?
I think we did try to make a summer trip.
Every year?
Mm-hmm. Or otherwise we saved our money to go to Korea.
Yeah.
In December.
So, what happened next? Then...
So they go on the road trip. Bonnie picks the toys that she's taking. And
no!
Then Woody...
We already said that. So, Woody and Forky, walk back, the 5 miles.
Yeah.
But in the meantime...
No.
But in the meantime, it kind of veers off to where it becomes a new subplot.
Well, because Woody sees Bo Peep's lamp in the antique store.
And Miss Peep, has a lot of lines of dialogue. I would argue more lines of dialogue than in the first 3 films combined.
Yep.
Also in this antique store is Christina Hendricks as this, crazy doll.
Gabby.
Gabby.
She talks a lot.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna pick that or
no.
what?
It's just from the Band-Aid.
Oh. What she wants is Woody's voice box.
Right, because she was assembled and her voice box was damaged. So the person that received her didn't want her because she was damaged.
And in the meantime, she has, thoughts with this girl, based on this, story and just, having tea with her.
Mm-hmm. What was the name? Aubrey? No.
Aubrey?
Yeah, something like that.
Girl!
Okay.
I don't know who she played in this movie, so let's call her Melissa for Melissa Villaseñor.
Oh, come on.
She was in this movie, apparently.
Okay. I think you just like saying her name because it's a lot of words.
Then I'd say Chloe Fineman.
Okay, just...
Afterwards, they decide to... Woody escapes, but leaves Forky. And the girl takes him to the playground, and that's where they meet Bo, and that's where he meets Bo Peep. And she's
in the toy skunk.
Toy car skunk. And she's
that's how they clear a crowd and get through.
she's not so much oh, where are my sheep? She's kind of turned into Katniss Everdeen from Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, mixed with maybe Green Arrow or something. Well, she had the cape.
Or Spider-Woman or something.
Supergirl?
I don't know. Let's keep moving on.
So they go back to the toy store. Or antique store. Meanwhile, Buzz is now the leader. Jumps out, gets caught or gets put on at this carnival where the Key and Peele plushies.
The kids have to shoot a duck or rabbit.
Yeah, it's one of those squirt gun things.
And nobody wins.
For a while.
Yeah.
But anyway, Key and Peele get him free. And then he encounters Bo Peep and Woody. And then they go to the antique store
to try and get Forky.
And they bring in this new character, which is Evel Knievel.
Right, but you forgot the 2 plushes. They went with
Key
them.
and Peele.
Right,
Yeah,
they went with
okay,
them.
fine. Key and Peele are now part of this movie now. So then they just barely escape out of the antique store, and then Woody is like, no, we have to go back.
We have to get Forky.
And then he says something that's really mean and harsh. And then
Bo is feeling bad.
So majority of them leave, including Bo Peep, Polly Pocket, Key and Peele.
Evil Knievel Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian Evil Knievel. I don't know. Was it just so they could do Yes We Canada for a punchline? Was that the reason?
No, I don't know. They needed somebody that could jump.
Well, they did do another pun earlier where like Woody was scared and he said, "Holy shoots and ladders."
Mm-hmm.
That one was funny. So, Woody goes back in by himself because he's like, no toy left behind, and I'm not going to start now. And the doll, what was her name again?
Gabby.
Gabby. Look nothing like Emily Osment from Young and Hungry.
Jeez.
I just.
Okay, let's move on. You're dragging.
She says, like, how does it feel to be loved, to be a loved toy, like, be respected, and, like, to have an owner? Is it as good as it is? And he says, yeah.
Yes.
So he decides to sacrifice his voice box, and I guess we're not going to tell you anything else about this movie. Because I was rambling on too long. So, my thought on this movie is, it's not a terrible sequel, but it didn't feel the most focused.
Well, because Forky wasn't focused. He kept trying to be trash, garbage.
And it also felt like maybe Key and Peele got to ad-lib a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe when they got
their thought sequences.
Yeah. And also,
dude, you really have laser in your eyes?
Thanks for spoiling that.
Whoa.
I'm not deleting that, thanks.
That doesn't even tell them anything.
That's a line from later in the movie.
That doesn't tell. That entices them to watch.
Well, something else was that it did feel like they were just like rambling back and forth at each other for long stretches. It felt like Linorama.
I thought it was okay. It made me laugh. It made me cry.
It's not a terrible sequel, but it doesn't feel like the most necessary sequel.
You know what? They had an idea. They ran with it.
I wonder if this was originally...
I would say, if you've got kids and you've seen the other Toy Stories, watch it.
Watch it, but I don't know, maybe lower your expectations a little bit. Like, don't assume it's going to be like...
It's more adventure than some of the other ones.
It feels more like a spin-off. Like, if this was called...
Okay, you've said
Toy Story Presents Woody's Adventure, I would understand that. Or, what was the... Toy Story 4 Bonnie's Adventures, or Toy Story Presents Bonnie. That would have been a little bit better, but as it is, I felt it was a little... It didn't feel as sincere as as other sequels that I've seen.
Okay.
Okay. Join us next time where we get a little colorful. Bye!
Okay, bye.